So anyway, we were talking about creating your reality, right? Um, and the formula, power plus intent, energy plus intent equals power. Energy plus intent equals power. So try to remember that formula. And we were moving to energy. Energy as the energy is the capacity to do work. Energy is the capacity to do work. And I was talking about, if you think about energy as the manifestation of the divine, if you think as energy of the goddess, that energy is infinite. I call it the goddess, you call it whatever you call it in your tradition. I hope not. I hope I'm not frozen again. I can see you all. Anyway, um, just making sure. So that energy is infinite. The energy from the divine is infinite. Look at the Big Bang. When the goddess decided to manifest herself, she created the Big Bang. It will boom, and that boom hasn't stopped. The boom keeps going. That energy from the creation, from the Big Bang, is infinite. It's not going to stop. At least it's not going to stop in our lifetime. And I believe, I have faith that it will move forever. So when we talk about the energy from the divine, we know that it's going to be infinite. When we talk about energy, I'm going to have to cover the comments because you all are making me nervous. Thank you. And so I can see the PowerPoint, so I don't lose myself. Um, the second definition of energy, if you want to do physics, physics says E times mc equals, right? E equals time mc squared, where E is the energy, m is mass, and c squared is the light speed square. So if a person like me who weighs between 250 and 300 pounds, give or take, um, that multiplied by the speed of light, it's a number that is like almost 10,000 joules. And I'm not talking about joules from Three River Pagans. I'm talking about joules, the energy to meal, to quantify energy. So to do this takes 1 joule. When we wake up in the morning and we say, I don't have any energy, that is a lie. We do have a lot of energy because this is 1 joule. There I spend 3 joules. And if I do the physics conversion of the amount of energy that I have, it is a number that is, if you do on a calculator, light speed square times how many pounds you weigh, it's a huge number. Even if you weigh 100 pounds, it's still a huge number. So we do possess a whole lot of energy. So remember again our equation. Um, Energy plus intent equals power. So energy, whether we think about it in a physical way or in an esoteric, mystical, magical way, we have infinite. Now, when it comes to power, power is the ability to exercise control. So power will be our desired outcome, right? If I'm doing a spell, it's because I want to exercise power over something, right? So power is our end result. Energy plus intent equals power. Power is my end result. So what happened? Intent is our variable. The one thing that um, we have to pay attention to is our variable, and that will be our intent. And intention is really, in my opinion, one of the most important things that a witch has to learn how to come up with. How to come up with an intention. How do we formulate our intention? Well, let me tell you a little story about how I can only ethically use magic on myself and therefore respect other people's wills. This is a little anecdote. I used to work at this factory long time ago, like a lifetime ago. And in that factory, some people learned that I was a witch, and every morning they wanted me to tell them the horoscope and the tarot card of the day and what was going to happen and to interpret their dreams and this and that, and it was all very friendly. However, later I learned that they were extremely afraid of me and they were throwing holy water at each other because they were afraid the witch was going to do something to them. Which at the beginning that was funny, and I was like, whatever, right? I just roll my eyes and roll with the punches. However, that escalated and it started getting a little bit more uncomfortable with time to be working with those people. And they started being rude and nasty and gossipy, and it became a situation that started affecting my professional behavior. And it was not pleasant to work there anymore. And what happened is I decided it's time to use magic to control the situation where the gossip of these people who are being ignorant about magic is affecting my work and relationship with my bosses, with my coworkers, and it's affecting my production of my work that I was doing. So, knowing a lot of Mexican folk magic, I decided, what I can do is I can just buy one of those candles that are called cover your mouth, and I can just burn one of those candles and cover these people's mouths because I was getting so tired of the gossip. And that's when, thank you, Goddess, my former friend and colleague, Sherry Elms, told me, well, if you want to cover somebody's mouth, chances are the universe is going to return the favor. And eventually somebody will be able to cover your mouth. You all know me. That would be the worst thing that happened to me. I need my mouth. I need my voice. I need to be able to express myself. And it was kind of a rude awakening, learning how magic and how physics work. When you do something, that something will come back to you. So at that moment, I understood that magic ethically is used only to effect changes on the person who is creating the magic. And that's how I work, and that's how I teach. Do I believe we're going to be punished by the goddess if we use the magic to affect other people? Of course not. I just choose to ethically use magic for personal use only, unless I am helping heal somebody or somebody has asked me to use magic on them. Otherwise, I do not use magic, and most importantly, I choose not to use magic to do harm. So the idea is I still have a problem. I still have gossipy people working with me. And now I have to find a solution. And that's where I learned that magic can only help me control how I react. It's not going to help me control what other people do or say. And you know what? I'm okay with it. So I decided, to lit a candle and to do some prayer and to ask the divine to help me not react to gossip. And that worked, and I eventually, changed jobs and I went to work somewhere else, and that's the end of the story. But the point is, I realized right there and then that intention is really important, and then one has to be very cautious and very conscious when one creates their own intention. And I decided to come with this tiny little formula. I always say there's three things that are basic for intention, and you probably heard them because, of course, I didn't discover anything new. but this is how I word them. It's three things. It has to be on present tense. It has to be like it's already happening right here, right now. It has to be positive. I want to talk about what I want, and I don't want to talk about what I don't want. And it has to be spoken as truth, present, already manifested. So in this case, with the gossipy people at work, instead of saying, my intention is I don't hear the gossip anymore, or my intention is they don't gossip, or my intention is that they're quiet, or my intention is I'm not going to get mad. What I ultimately ended up saying was, I am not affected by other people's opinion. And that's the magic. And of course, that is magic that is working about me, for me, and for bettering myself and for my benefit. So, I am not affected by other people's opinion. And whew, that was a great teaching moment for me because I learned magic is about me. And you all know I'm always joking around about my ego and how I have a huge ego and this and that. But yeah, I rather use my magic on me only. I don't want to affect anybody else. And most importantly, I want to respect people's free will. So, going back to energy plus intent equals power, we know my variable is going to be intent. My energy is infinite, power is my end result, my variable is intent. Now I'm gonna tell you about a little something I learned that I use and I love. The definition of magic according to Diane Dion Fortune is the art of changing our consciousness at will. The art of changing our consciousness at will. To change the way you think. That is the hardest thing in the world. Our mind could be our best friend or it could be our worst enemy. Our mind can bring us calmness and, understanding, or it could literally drive us insane, right? Uh, if you are an overthinker like I am, you know what I'm talking about. And what happens is when we change our mind, when we are able to change our mind, when we are able to think differently about something that is affecting or afflicting our life, that's when we create changes in our life. And to me, my dear friends, that is the most important way of magic. I don't want to have energy rays coming out of my fingertips. I want to be able to evolve and be the best version of Laura that existed. And the only way to be able to materialize that is by changing the way I think. And once I change the way I think, everything else just rolls over like a snowball down the hill. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. When you start changing the way you think, you start changing your reality. And when you start changing your reality, you make it better. And I know this was the cool part of the PowerPoint because I have the logo of The Secret, but you're going to have to imagine it. The Secret, the movie that came out in 2006 and everybody watched. I watched. I know you watch it too. It's okay. There's no shame. In my opinion, the secret of the secret is that there is no secret. I am not telling you anything new. You change your mind, you change your reality, you change the way you think, your reality is going to change. There's nothing new about that. They said it in The Secret. That it's been said before The Secret. So the secret of the secret is that there's no secret, right? We all know it begins with our mind. Now there's another wonderful book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, the Toltec wisdom of our people, the Mexican people. And the Four Agreements I read just like everybody else when it came out in 1997. And just to remind you all, the Four Agreements are: don't take anything personally, always do your best, don't make assumptions, but the one that is really important for me and I live by is be impeccable with your word. Now remember on our formula, energy plus intent equals power. Intent is what comes out of our mouth. And on the book, it says, be impeccable with your word, for every word is a spell. So again, I'm not telling you anything new. I'm just helping you frame it in a way that it will be practical for you to remember. If I speak with love and compassion about myself, for myself, if I speak with power and certainty about myself and for myself, if I change the way I think and the way I talk about myself and the way I express my magical intent, I'm going to have the best results that I can. So that is the idea. And I believe that the secret. I need your consent on a few items to continue. Technology. My phone is talking to me. I believe that the secret and some other systems that talk about change your mind, change the way you're thinking, change your life, they are wonderful, but they stop there. So now we're going to bring another friendly tool that we all know. Air, earth, fire, water, right? We all work with the elements. We witches, we pagan witches, we Wiccans, we magic folk, we use energy as a way of the elements, and we are all familiar. So air being the element that is related to our thoughts, right? And we say every word is a spell. Look, if you don't remember anything of this workshop today, just do me a favor. Never, ever, ever again say, I'm broke. Because if every word is a spell, and if you're saying just as a joke that you're broke, the universe is listening. Hello, hello, hello. I will finish this workshop if it's the last thing I do in my life. Oh my goodness, technology. You know, folks, I am so sorry that this is happening. And it's been happening a lot on Chicago. We have a lot of traffic. We have a lot of internet breaks, and this is the first time that I have to do this so many times. But you know what? I am a determined witch, and this will happen. I will finish this workshop if it is the last thing I do in my life. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, now you can see me. I'm on my phone, so thank you, gods, for my phone. And here we are. So, do you remember where we were? We were in the part of talking about the air and talking about formulating the way we speak and doing that reality. I am waiting for everybody else to catch up and come back to this window. I am hoping that people can see and realize that we are back on a different window. So I'm going to give it a minute. If anything, we will have to sacrifice the Q&A section, but by my life, I will finish this workshop and we will finish this class. I'm reporting here that I have 4 viewers and we had 14, 15, so I want to go back to that, or at least last I checked there was 14. So I'm just waiting for everybody to find the new window so I can continue. And if you find the new window where I'm doing the second part, give me a sign, give me a thumbs up or something, So I know you're all watching again. All right. Okie dokie. So it looks like we have a few folks rejoining. And I can see now the delay. All right. So going back, you know what I can do in the meantime? Have me a little Diet Coke. I'm addicted to it. You all know that, right? All right. I can see folks are rejoining. You all have found a new window. Yay! Thank you. Thank you, Divine. So I was telling you about every word is a spell, the power of your mind, be impeccable with your word, speak your truth, never speak what you don't want. So remember, creating an intention that is present tense, positive way, and as if it already happened. It's all part of the same thing. And all these little things that we think and we speak are related to the element of air. So the secret and other techniques, in my opinion, they stay in air. They don't move from the air. They stay in the air, and they just concentrate on repeating the mantras or repeating the intention, speaking the intention out loud, and then that's it. And what happens sometimes is we do the spell, we think about the spell, we want to create the spell, we do the spell, we have an incredible intention for a spell, but then we stay there. We just create the spell and we don't do anything. So going back into that part of ourselves that works with the elements. Yes, we need the air to put our intention clear and to create a good way to express our intention, but we also need yes, Jules, I need my Diet Coke, honey. We need to move from air, which is our thoughts and our ideas, into the next element. And if you set up your altar like I do, that I do air on the east, fire on the south, water on the west, and earth on north, that's what I follow from air, fire, water, and earth. And so if I create an idea and that is air, we know that everything that existed is created twice. The first time it's created is in our mind. The second time it's created is when we materialize it. But like The Secret and like many other self-healing, self-help programs that say just repeat the mantra and whatnot, they stay on the air part. And we need to move into the next element. So we move into the fire. We bring action to the equation. And we know fire is action, creativity, passion, movement. So we're going to do the spell and then what? Sit on our hands? I don't think so. We have to put action because fire is action. So say I am looking for a good job and I'm going to do a spell where I say, I have the best job ever. They love me, they appreciate me, and they pay me well. I feel very comfortable. I get challenged enough to keep engaged, and they give me great bonuses, and every coworker is amazing. How's that for an intent? And then I write my resume and I put my, application, and then that's it. I'm going to cross my arms and I'm going to do nothing. Well, I don't think so. We have to get up. We have to give that resume. We have to call back. We have to go to the meeting. We have to see what's happening. And if they don't call me back, I call them back. And then I apply to another 3 or 5 or 7 different places. I continue working and I continue putting intention, putting fire, putting creativity towards that intent. So I move from the realm of my ideas to the realm of action and reality, right? Whew, I even got hot thinking about that. And then we move to the next element, water. Water represents faith, instinct, emotion, intuition, and trust. So you put it in your heart. You have faith. And I promise you, the PowerPoint was so cute because it says have faith. Why wouldn't you? If it is your spell, if it is your intent, if you know your intent is on a present tense, positive, and as if it already happened, if you did the spell, if you lit the candle, if you fill out the resume, if you call, and if you have a follow-up, why wouldn't you have faith? You move through all the elements on your magic. So you have air, then you have fire, action, and then you put water on it. You put your intent, right? And then guess what happened? The element of earth comes into action. Earth is materialization, grounding, growth, manifestation, and stability. When you put your intent into earth, you materialize, you create it, you get the job, you get the gig, you get the money, you get the health, you get whatever it is that you work for to change your own reality. And remember, energy plus intent equals power. Energy is infinite. Power is my desired outcome. My intent is the variable. I'm going to make sure that I pay close attention to my intent. I am going to be impeccable with my word, and I'm going to remember that the secret of the secret is that there's no secret. If I change the way I think, I will affect the change in my reality, and that will have an effect on my life. If magic is the ability to create, the ability to change my consciousness at will, I will begin changing the way I think and applying that. But I'm not going to stay on the element of air. It's not static. It has to be dynamic. So I create my spell, I have my intent, and then I'm going to do something. I'm going to bring action into it. I'm going to have faith, and then I'm just going to wait, and it will materialize. But guess what? I have now completed one elemental wheel, right? Air, fire, water, earth, spirit. I have created, just like the divine, and a new need for creation arises. Then we have a different situation, we have a different problem, we have a different desire, we have a different spell. So guess what? Wash, rinse, repeat. Start from day one. Start from step one again. And remember, energy plus intent equals power. First we think, we create our intent. Then we act, we put energy towards it. Then we trust, we put faith in it. And then we materialize and come to power our desired end and the finishing our wheel. And last, my last slide of my beautiful PowerPoint was, then you create your own reality, because guess what? You're a witch. Act like one. But it's not only act like one, think like one, be active like one, use your energy as one, trust and have faith like one, and materialize your own reality, create your own reality, change your own reality, and by the power of the goddess and God, obtain what you want. You're a witch. Act like one. With that, thank you, goddess. We end. We find the final line of our workshop, and I am watching you all on Facebook Live. This is fantastic because I have my phone before me and I have my computer going, so I'm seeing myself in delay and seeing the goofy faces I do when I talk. But I'm also monitoring and waiting for you all to ask questions. So if you have any questions, type them in on the thank you, Jade. If you all have questions, comments, complaints, or suggestions, type them right there on the comment section. I'm watching. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, and I'm watching me, and I'm watching the comment section. This is so funny. Thank you, God, for letting us finish this workshop. At the end was with the phone. If I knew it was the phone what was going to work, I would have used the phone from the beginning. Juliana says, your worship was well with the one I did. Also, when did you get one of my paintings? You mean this painting right here? This painting right here? This one? This one? This painting right here? I got it when I was there in Fort Wayne, Indiana last year or the year before, I think, on the raffle. And it's been there the whole time. And also, since you're all here on the camera, on the phone, over there is the You Are a Witch, Act Like One plaque that I got from Anea. So there you go. Are there any more questions? Yes, I did. I got it a couple of years ago. I believe it was last year or the year before. I don't even remember anymore. Maybe Anea remembers. All right, kids. I know we're having so much fun talking to each other about paintings and stuff, but is there any questions about the workshop? I love you guys. I miss you so much. I wish I was there with you all, having fun, hugging you. And cheers. All right, I don't see no questions. I can see you live on the phone, so if you have a thumbs up or a heart or a smiley face or something, give it to me now so I know we're done, so I can close this window and I can go take a nap. Yay! Yes, Jules, I also want to be there next year. I think, why not? You all have welcomed me so much in Fort Wayne that I would love to make it a yearly tradition. It will be my honor and pleasure to share with you all in live. And yeah, I guess it's time to finish this live transmission. Sorry that there was so many accidents with this. At the end of the day, there are 3 videos of me speaking. That is ridiculous. Anywho, I love y'all. Good night, everybody. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for checking this workshop. This is video number 3. There's a video number 1. There's a video number 2. And I'm sorry, that's what's happening. The internet in Chicago is being very, very spotty. We tried to do it all in one take, but it wasn't able. It wasn't possible. But I hope you like it. I hope you watch it. I will try to patch them all those videos, put them together, maybe put it on YouTube later, because I don't know video editing that well. But thank you all for watching, and never forget that you are loved. Bye bye. Keep having fun.